Hello, everybody. This is Robbie, and welcome back to Neural Network November. And November is also when Thanksgiving is. And what a coinky dink! Our first thing that we're doing on Botnik is looking at Botnik's history of Thanksgiving. So I guess it's time for AI to butcher a holiday's history. Oh boy, this can only go well. Oh, but before we get into that, if you like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified about my latest videos. If you like this video, hit the like button and comment about what you think of Botnik. And with that out of the way, let's go. Thanksgiving. Most of us have learned about the Pilgrims and the Indians, but they probably didn't really exist. I mean, to anyone who hasn't even left North America, then yeah, Thanksgiving is not always obvious. Many Americans say they can only guess what happened nearly 600 years ago to America to cause it. I mean, I guess that's accurate. Origins of Thanksgiving. In 1820, the cool new Pilgrims arrived at Plymouth Rock with hats filled with cranberries and salmon on their shoes. They arrived with more Pilgrim hats than the first Thanksgiving allowed. The Dutch guy. Everyone knows the Pilgrims and Indians were there, but no one ever mentioned the Dutch guy who roasted everyone about their terrible faces. Squanto Johnson arrived on the Mayflower after almost a week of evolution. Squanto helped popularize the Thanksgiving story about how thankful everyone was to be able to understand symbols. The death of God. Many times during the 1800s, Thanksgiving was effectively a blanket draped over people who proclaimed themselves special. As a result, God had effectively been murdered by a question: fish salad or universal Thursday? Truly a complex question. George Washington never farmed turkeys, but he publicly admitted to eating at least some bones that came from turkeys. Hail to the chief! The Thanksgiving Day parade began in 1924 when President Thomas Greedy Gravy fell out of his window and landed on a large turkey, and everyone celebrated as he was carried far away from America forever. Jesus Christ! President Reagan discovered creamed asparagus and the other new vegetables that may be creamed as well. Oh boy, a time to celebrate. Thanksgiving is observed on the fourth Thursday before Thanksgiving. Huh? With a chicken nested inside an altogether other animal, the celebration begins. Thyme berries and team salad are traditionally served before the crucial bird. Can't go Thanksgiving without my thyme berries and team salads. And remember, in 100 years' time, Thanksgiving is not going to be thankful for you. Oof! It will be used to teach how big Europeans came to America to eat deer skin and mashed eel. Mashed eel. I don't know if that's a thing. Thursday is a good time to keep the holiday in our homes, and not just in one ship carrying potato casseroles. Oh my god. They really did butcher that history, didn't they? Our next thing comes from a bit in video form, so and it's Street Fighter victory quotes. Let's go. I am Russian and I don't know how to multitask. Okay. Knock it up. Who's there? My fist. Yes. They're what I use to knock on your door. Okay then. Your red hair means nothing in this battle. I mean, I guess that's right. Unless he has some super hair attack, I don't really play Street Fighter. Have you considered a long journey to your own butt? I recommend it. What? Your fighting was so weak I had time to vacuum. Wow, that is actually a good insult by the AI. Perhaps you should take one of my seminars on thighs-only fighting. If that actually exists, then that'll be good. That'd be interesting. The jungle taught me much about cooking beans. Ah, yes. That's the place where we all get taught how to bake beans. That's why they're sold in cans now, because cooking them in the jungle takes a lot of work. My wrinkled stomach is the ultimate distraction. Well, I mean, I guess it would be a bit distracting. Your attacks are very commendable. For a kid, ha ha ha, now you have been burned. Oh man, I love this. My fists are have literally no finger part. My hands are all fists. Okay, that's good for combat. Your moves are just my moves being done by a revolting amateur. Okay. I am actually 7 cats in a bag! Okay, that was really interesting. On the topic of Thanksgiving, from the first this Botnik thing, here's what happens if you cook with Botnik on Thanksgiving. Let's see what happens.
The first Thanksgiving feast was okay, so I'm gonna make a really hearty Thanksgiving dinner for my friends and family. Also, the governor of butter. The best
Okay?
way to make something really special for Thanksgiving is to fold the turkey in half.
Okay.
And then just throw it right in the kitchen.
What? Yeah, just throw it in the kitchen. That'll tenderize it, I guess. Okay, that was actually more like dropping it. I mean, then again, I guess as you wouldn't really just throw a freaking turkey in the kitchen. That's more how to basic style.
You can make it with organ meat or not even bother cooking at all.
Yeah, because that's what you want to serve on Thanksgiving. Raw turkey with a side of salmonella for dessert.
Now, the oven is where the onions live. So if you want to use the oven, you'll have to put the onions in the middle of a stream. Sorry, onions.
It's their home.
It really thickens up with pigs moving in the pan, so just let them do their thing.
What?
While cooking, continually wash your hands from the piping hot juices out of the burn. This will make your fingers flavorful with turkey liquid and keep you as clean as a damn child.
Yes, because all that turkey liquid will keep you clean. But I mean, at least your hands will have flavor? What does that even solve?
As the famous chef Bobby Snack says, the food is absolutely cooked.
Bobby Snacks! Also, absolutely cooked.
Jokes aside, let's return this roasted turkey into the wild.
What? Ah, yes, let's return this cooked turkey into the wild. It's dead.
Classic Thanksgiving potato flesh. You will have to sift through a colander of the Dutch to find all the gold potatoes.
Wait, what?
Have to sift through a colander of the Dutch.
A colander of the Dutch.
To find all the gold potatoes that you need.
Okay.
Is the stove on? If it's not, don't bother. Bake is.
Is the stove on? If it isn't, then just fuck it, I guess.
As many potatoes as possible until the potatoes are easily pierced with another potato.
I mean, I guess? That's a weird way to pierce a potato, not gonna lie. But you know what they say, fight fire with fire. I guess fight potato with potato.
Shrimp wine with a little bit of gray air really makes it flavorful.
Gray air?
So good, so sharp, Mom's going to say, what's the turkey for anyway?
Yeah. No, Mom's gonna be like, oh, speaking of the turkey, where is it? Oh, I released it into the wild. What?
Try it. It should taste a little bit salty. I'm tasting it now.
But not really, because you don't want to be drunk like the AI is.
And I am going to feel really good for about 2 minutes.
Oh, that's actually kind of...
It's the Thanksgiving story. The onions and the potatoes are all together for this dish.
I guess that's an end to a story?
The feast of flavor and texture is all done. The best recipes are huge amounts of Thanksgiving history. I love the way it smells like home.
Ah, yeah, funny you mentioned Thanksgiving history. We just took a look at butchered history. Do you want to look at it?
Homemade understanding.
And that was how to make turkey. Yay! On an unrelated note, oh, I didn't look at this last time, but let's look at it. I mean, it's about another holiday that it has nothing to do with Thanksgiving, but whatever. Oh, this one's longer.
This is my first recipe for Valentine's Day.
Ah, the first one. That's great. Okay, are there any captions? Nope.
So let's just put a bunch of pretzels in a mason jar. These little pretzels are gonna need some Valentine's love.
Okay.
So tell them all separately how adorable they are.
Yeah, that'll take...
First things first, you need hands.
Welp, I have those. What's step 2?
Now, you want to make sure your fingers are completely hot and festive for this.
How do you make fingers festive again? I think I need to see the Botnik tutorial on that too.
Stir the pretzels hard until they are no longer sticks, just salty powder.
Okay. Tip: going to the movies with Bae? Keep the ingredients hidden in your bag and bake right in the theater. I'm just imagining that. Like, yeah, just have them in your bag and then when the movie starts, like, okay, time to bake. Oh, I'm getting kicked out of the theater, but the pretzel mixing isn't done yet.
A cake is just a cookie without friends. So make a red velvet cake mix like this.
Okay. Yeah.
Eggs. Don't mind if I do. A good relationship and a good pudding have the exact same amount of vanilla.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay. At this point,
Just smear a little vanilla extract on his pillow, and you can see if he's as sweet as he says he is.
Okay. Oh my god. Are you talking about vanilla extract or something else? Because I am trying hard not to make a sex joke at this point.
Measurements? What's the fun in measurements?
Yeah, what's the fun in measuring it out? Just freaking wing it, like that turkey that you released into the wild.
I just want you guys to throw flour all over the kitchen. You're in love.
Oh boy, I think How To Basic is gonna hook you up with some of this.
I'm so excited to tell you guys about how to add some red food coloring to a cup of milk. I'm like a milk fan or something. Yeah, I love how it's really easy to get rid of.
Yeah, I'm a milk fan. I love getting rid of it. That makes sense.
Now I'm using a tiny spatula. It's not helping much, but look at how adorable it is.
Well, I mean, I guess it kind of is adorable.
Don't whisk the batter. Whisking is a crazy idea for this recipe.
Oh boy.
You should just tell the batter, rumble baby rumble.
Oh my god.
And it'll go ahead and do it.
Oh my god, she looks so confused. It was like, they're just trying not to laugh.
Don't forget the oven. It heats up so soon, and I love that about it.
Wait, no, that's actually a good thing. Sorry.
Your girl is not too worried about touching the oven, but she should be. That thing is hot, hot, hot. And so are you.
Okay, at least this AI is supportive.
Meanwhile, make a video of your strawberries so you don't forget them.
Okay, then.
Then, pick them up and give them to your family members. It's a very hard conversation for your strawberries today because you never know if they'll be back next week.
They probably won't be if you're giving them to the family. I mean, it is food after all. Tip: a chocolate chair can be melted down to create many little things, like another chocolate chair, or even a chocolate desk. Oh my god, yeah, chocolate chairs and chocolate desks. I think this is something that a child would dream of.
Now you're gonna need 400 Ziploc bags to store all the candy we're gonna make next.
Oh god.
Melt some chocolate morsels today, no matter what's going on in your heart.
God, I mean, sure, you could just be going through things in your life, but you gotta melt those chocolate morsels. That's important.
Take your strawberries out of the fridge, because they're gonna get quite large if you don't.
Okay.
And keep adding ganache. Pounds of it.
Oh, boy.
Don't stop until you can't get it in the fridge.
Well, that's gonna take a while, isn't it?
When the cake is done, put the strawberries on top. And we're just gonna add one delicious gooey Pop-Tart.
Yes, that meshes well.
Add some sprinkles of the pretzel sticks.
Oh, that's what they were for. Yeah, I hate it.
Perfection.
Yeah, perfection. Tip: the secret to any good combination is just absolutely sticking so many things in it. That's this AI's twisted advice.
Let's try it.
Nope, Actually, no.
Beep, beep, beep. I'm a microwave and I'm set on honest.
Oh my god!
This cake is terrible. Guys, I will link to the recipe while I'm on my honeymoon at an Aeropostale.
Yeah, link to the recipe that you thought was terrible. Maybe someone will like it. Okay, this is the Alright, this is the channel. Let's see what videos it has. Okay, then. Alright, you've got a bunch of Botnik stuff. You got Cooking with Botnik Thanksgiving, Botnik Presents Dear Abby, Cooking with Botnik Valentine's Day, this. What? Okay, yeah, moving on. Now then, we've all seen people review movies, games, TV shows, books, comic books, but we haven't seen someone review the Statue of Liberty. This AI is gonna take a crack at it. Will it do good? No, but it'll be hilarious. I have experienced the Statue of Liberty for the only time. The boat ride is nice, but it took over 5 minutes to even reach the statue. I had a few options. I can go into the pedestal and just admire the tickets I had prepaid for. Yeah, just admire these tickets that now mean nothing. I can read on Liberty and Ellis Island. I can sit inside the boat and just smile. I have been in too many things in the dead heat of time. I guess I can get good in the freezing cold of the raindrops. The statue itself was a little confused and kind of just stood there. We waited maybe 10 minutes before getting hit with a major bummer. The Statue of Liberty was a ripoff of the Statue of Weather. What is the Statue of Weather? Why is there a crown on the Statue of Liberty? It was insanely hot, and I was so pissed off. I just wanted to buy a boat and just pay for it for a while. Yeah, I wanted to be in debt over a boat. Well, the statue is cool to get hungry in. You get hungry in the majestic statue without getting wet, even though we got separated and never made it out of the statue. Oh my god. I am that saying that we are definitely in the statue. I got into the top of it and I was expecting to get hungry, but I got a little seasick. It was awful and I was so pissed off. We waited for a second statue to get to the island. We had umbrellas to look for it. Okay, for the rest of the summer. It didn't seem to be our day. Yeah, at least we had umbrellas. I would say it was a solid 2 thumbs down for this little tourist. That was a review of the Statue of Liberty. Hope you enjoyed. So, you know Star Wars The Last Jedi? I haven't seen it, but apparently it's controversial. Oh. So while I'm not getting into the main gist of it itself, I am getting into the fact that the AI made reviews for it. Let's go. Star Guards, the bad guy, 1,000 planets. Stop me if you've heard this before. What? Ryan Johnson's lightsaber flick is easily worse than Meg, my worst friend. Ooh, Finn's the most incompetent fool in space, and no one cares about the audible cartoons in the background of every scene. Zach Dunn. If Star Wars has become a powerful, state-controlled cash cow, and if it weren't for Yoda's actions and/or quotes, I would never watch it. But Yoda's actions and/or quotes are so good and feminist. No, they are not. Yoda isn't feminist. And just plain sad that I will recommend this movie to every intelligent viewer on the planet. If you put Yoda's actions and/or quotes into Marvel movies, I would pay anything to watch it. Okay? Hey, spoilers ahead, C-3PO is just a whiny baby with fancy wrapping paper, and Luke Skywalker is not even trying to kill Darth Vader. Well, yeah, I mean, Darth Vader's Luke's father. Or of course he wouldn't try, and Luke is a Jedi. Of course he wouldn't try and kill Vader. This film is absolutely brimming with Luke throwing his lightsaber away like a complete moron. Luke is extremely badass, but he somehow dropped the only thing that kept me looking at this film. Yeah, his lightsaber. Disney should definitely make a few more movies featuring the character called Rey, though. She finally got to use CGI, making the screen full of beautiful, dangerous ghosts. I have never seen Star Wars before. Okay. Hey, at least you're admitting it right off the bat. And I don't understand why Mark Hamill said that he was Luke Skywalker. He is. At least acting. He's the actor for Luke. The Porgs, what's a Porg? Well, it's a huge slap in the face to the people who always said there needs to not be Porgs. Okay, please, comment down below if Porgs are actually a thing in Star Wars or if the AI is just making shit up. I haven't watched the new Disney trilogy, so yeah, please catch me up. When Snoke turned out to be Christ, everyone in the theater stood up and left. Religion? Not my Christian Star Wars movie. In conclusion, what the fuck is Chewbacca made of? Sugar? I am awarding 3 Stooges to this mess of a bad Saturday night. 3 stars. I don't like this. Oh boy. If you don't like the Force, stay away from this movie. It's a good thing Kylo was sleeping for the first half of this filth, or he probably would have left the cinema. Yes, glad Kylo Ren was asleep in the movie. Otherwise, he would have just materialized out of the movie and left the cinema. The story was an atrocious logic vacuum that could have cultivated dislike in a boring baby. The movie is another fake postmodern sitcom you have to pity. I'm just imagining what Star Wars as a sitcom would be like. Oh my god. I think about it, and I am very weak with no explanation. JJ has served up a fatal overdose of star garbage. Okay, when Leia does that stupid slapstick comedy with the Force Ghost, I saw my wife become a big fan of the movie, and I can't love her anymore. No, this just happened. This just happened just now. Nobody knows who I am anymore. I am the mess of pain and suffering. Is that the point of this? I will never forgive you, Star Wars movie. Oof, poor Jonah Cooper. The scene where Wookiees think that Looper's plot twists were phenomenal was a bit long. My only critique of the movie is that its characters were not saying thanks to the Star Destroyers. Thank you, Star Destroyers, for attacking us. It gave us something to do, I guess. If they had been allowed to really appreciate the Star Destroyers, that would have been awesome. Yoda appeared to be a little Jedi, but even he was never really glad to see the Star Destroyers. This franchise has been confirmed to be the most unsatisfying phenomenon of human society, and it's also fucking boring. One of those things is kinda right to some people. By the end of the film, I wanted to make drama on the internet about it, because that's what happens with Star Wars attempts to make sense. Lumi K, parodying what people think I'll do. With reviews, I guess. I don't know. Next up, we have Seinfeld, Season 0, Episode 2 script. Int Comedy Club. Jared, dating is the opposite of tumor. No, salmon is the opposite of everything else. I'm sure you know what I mean. No, I don't. What? Cut to New York Stadium. Yankee Stadium is on fire. George walks out of it and starts dancing. The crowd applauds. Oh no 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 no! Oh no! Okay. Oh no 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 no! Oh, little George is grabbing my spaghetti. I think I have to tell him the truth about the All George baseball team. Okay, yes, Kramer, yes, Steinbrenner's a genius. He spits water from his face like a cowboy. Yeah, because we all know how cowboys just spit water out their mouths in their own special way. Jerry goes awkward on the street. Sure, that thirsty Jerry attitude was a bad idea. Kramer, George, you know I got a quality clock in there. Check it out. That timepiece is a work of fantasy. Come on. Steinbrett reaches over to slap Jerry and Kramer. He's really depressed. Cut to Monk's restaurant. Jerry looks confused by the way of himself. He's all just so usual. Jerry to himself. All right, Jerry, it's just a salad. No problem. You've never panicked in a situation like this. Salad fear cannot beat you. Salad fear. I mean, then again, phobias can be weird. Inside Jerry's apartment/hospital, Kramer enters, eating cereal from his pocket. Laughter enters with Kramer as Jerry gets on his comedy t-shirt. Who is Laughter? Jerry, acting. George and I have to go undercover at the pool party. Somebody wants to make people live right, and we have to stop it. I mean, I don't know. Kramer. I'm sorry, Jerry, but I really have to run this vegetable clinic for Dr. Leonardo Mayo. Kramer begins to spin around and clutches his head, yelling out for hospital. Elaine motions into her mouth. Now, Kramer is the opposite of everything. I think we have to believe this guy's a nightmare. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm Kramer again. George is Jerry. Mickey and Jerry are you. But remember, there is no Elaine. Wait, what the hell? Oh, so Kramer is Kramer, George is Jerry, Mickey and Jerry are Jerry, But Elaine doesn't exist. Do I have that right? Elaine, Selena watching the guys. I matter. I mean, I just do. Unfortunate how you don't. Jerry chuckles while pointing to his hand in the mirror. George enters singing the George song. Spanish Jerry kisses Jerry. Holding a large bucket, he starts to instruct Jerry to completely empty his face. They all laugh. Elaine enjoys an aroma. Elaine makes a gesture to Jerry, who points at the phone. The phone rings. Elaine looks pleased. Jerry's car is covered in ink. Jerry comes over to Elaine and picks up a broken lamp. He tries to jam it in Elaine's nose, but it snaps. Elaine goes back to her laughing. So listen, I'm meeting a little landlord for lunch. He's arguing that he doesn't know how much money an ambulance is. And then the episode ends. What? On the topic of scripts, here's Scrubs, Season 0, Episode 1 script. Outside of Sacred Heart Hospital, Dr. Carr pushed Dr. Carr pulls up and honks to the nurses. JD narration. A doctor does nice things. One thing is to carry money all the time and make a patient look at it. Look at the money. This is what you need to pay for your surgery. Dr. Carr crashes into JD, but not the JD that matters. Who's the JD that matters? The music plays as everywhere waves inward. The hospital entrance was a large pile of orange soda which the janitor stands before, threatening others away from it using his beaker of hospital juice. What the hell is hospital juice? JD smiles. Nervously, of course. We didn't mention that in the script. JD smiles nervously, wondering what the hell is going on. JD narration. The best part of being a doctor is your janitor is God. What? Oh no, I think the janitor's pretending to be a kidney donor. We need to stop the machine. To janitor, to JD. You're a quack smudge on these lockers called life. No one in the middle of a busy day would like you, and I don't either. You, JD, you are the me janitor. You got all the John Dorian potential, with none of the flowers and dead dog. Oh, what? JD leaves to cut a patient. I guess he's doing surgery. Totally inside operating room. Totally awake, the patient nurses JD. JD nurses a new mother while Turk is explaining fingers to a confused Dr. Kelso. Sometimes you have to break a patient to help yourself. It's funny how a bunch of doctors don't know that. No, they probably just don't want to break a patient at all. It's a patient. You're saving their life, not ending it. Patient. Does that chart tell you that my mom hated the ocean, doctor? Who? What? Continued. Does it say where my little brother got his nachos at? JD, you are sick, so I decided to grab a beer with your family and watch what you do. Wow, that's horrible. Eggs are the new medication, and so far I feel very alive. Patient, your name is Dr. Kayak Paddle. Okay. But if you act like a giant electric melon, I'm going to consider your opinion. How does a giant electric melon act? And what the hell is an electric melon? JD narration. I knew I could always count on life support to keep a patient from getting too serious. Dr. Cox looks through the window, knocking the confused patient on the head. What? Dr. Cox, I'm a doctor. Hell, I care about the gallbladder. Dr. Cox licks his pen and finds it tastes broken. He tosses the pen in his mouth and coughs out the janitor. What? The janitor scrubs the patient while Dr. Cox stands by watching JD and Turk on TV. Scrubs is on. So the characters of the show Scrubs are watching their own show. What? Inside. TV in the patient's room. Scrubs. What? Are we watching the show when the guys are watching the show? What? JD. And that's when I realized everything about my new black machine. It was a huge mistake. Turk. Hey, I'm just saying that her shoulders were there and you know it. What would you look like if your shoulders weren't there? JD, can't you just tell me how to kiss my lady? My lady is the eel I bought from the narcoleptic. What? Right, Elliot and Carla enter. Elliot to Carla, just go to the bathroom and find some aloe. I'll go get the scalpel. Oh my god, this is so great, I'm a doctor. Carla, you think the nurses will forgive you for having a little sexy brunch in the emergency room? To Elliot, a lot of married couples have to go through to the cemetery to have sex. It's not a big deal. Dr. Cox and Dr. Kelso enter. Dr. Cox, you are not invited to my muscle room. You and I need to talk about your gigantic diaper problem. What? Hey, Kelso, I have a plan. Vomit in my eyes. What? I'm going to stand here. Go. Everyone freezes in horror as Carla excitedly shoves a pipe up Dr. Kelso's nostril. What the hell is happening? JD narration. Man standing in the corner is my favorite thing. Just be subtle and quiet and project an image of a cool guy who's gonna look stunning. And Carla, Bambi, you're married to the job, but you should be engaged to Dr. Riviera. Dr. Cox, look, newbie, you look ridiculous talking about anything. Better get ready to run away from me while I eat cupcakes and demonstrate how to have painfully evocative sex. What the hell? Dr. Kelso turns off the light. Turk comes out of the elevator and finds him in the dark. The camera zooms in on Dr. Kelso, who dabs. Dr. Cox presses a button and turns into JD. Elliot runs in and scurries behind the hospital bed. JD ignores Elliot because the room is now full of kissing ostriches. What? Kissing ostriches? JD narration. The truth is, every patient suffers from dementia. I'm not going to change all that. After all, the right thing that is not always the best thing to do. You know that if you worked in a hospital. What is a hospital? A hospital is a lot like like high school. The most amazing man is dying, and you're the only one who wants to steal stuff from his dad. Yeah, that's what high school's totally like. Trust me, the AI that someone shoves something into someone's nostril. Oh, being in a hospital is a lot like being in a sorority. You have greasers and surgeons, and even though it sucks about Dr. Tapioca, I'm not even that sad. JD exits, smugly echoing. Fade out. Then that's where we're gonna end it for today. See you next time for more Neural Network November. Bye bye.